Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Urban Update. I am Alberto Vasallo. First of all, happy Father's Day. Hey, we get a day today, so happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Now, on the show today, the New England Revolution soccer team, one of my favorites, is in the house. We'll chat with team president Brian Bigelow. I'm going to actually ask him his last name. I love that last name. But we'll ask him about the team's current success at home and also what the Revs are doing to foster young talent. Now, also on the program, Endicott College in Beverly expands to Boston in an effort to reach immigrant students. Now, that interesting story in just a bit. But up first, adult African Americans are 30% more likely to die of heart disease than their white counterparts in the U.S., while 40% are more likely to die of stroke. Now, the Whittier Street Health Center in Boston has always been committed to reducing these statistics by providing quality and accessible health care to patients from, get this, Mattapan, Dorchester, JP, the South End, and Roxbury. And next Saturday, on June 24th, they will host their 17th annual Free Men's Health Summit to educate men on ways that they can take charge of their health. They will also honor 8 local men who have helped promote health and well-being in the community. To tell us more about this exciting event and the Men's Health Program, we've invited our old friend Bob Edwards. He's the Men's Health Case Manager for the Men's Health Department at Whittier Street, and Dr. Cyril Ubiem. I hope I said it right. Yes. Welcome to Urban Update, and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Wait, are you grandfather too?
Yes, I am.
Okay, twice. And are you father?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations and happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. And talking about Father's Day and men, we're going to get into what's going on next Saturday. But before we go, Bob, I do want to start with that Men's Health Program. What kind of a role does that play within Whittier Street?
Well, what we call it is innovative and comprehensive service. We focus on servicing the men, focusing on trying to educate and outreach. Our main important thing is to make sure that the man is aware that there is services available to them, and at the same time try to educate them and screen them to let them know that it is very important for them to have at least a physical test at least once a year.
I want to go to the doctor over here because it is Men's Health Month, June, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And at Whittier, have you found that men still, unless their arm is like dangling or they can't, get up, will still not go to the doctor's office for preventive
Absolutely.
medicine?
So this is why we do what we do. We find out, especially men of color, like African Americans, Latinos, they wouldn't go to the hospital. They want to play the macho man. So we have to actually we are providing services, trying to reach them wherever they are, and then bringing them back into the Whittier Street to get them to become physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy. So we have ambassadors who do stuff like that, who are like former peers from the community who haven't been going to the hospital and now have learned that is actually the best thing to do. So we'll use them to go back into the community to now get, to come and receive services from Whittier Street.
Now, Bob, I know that you guys have focused a lot in getting kind of these men to realize that many of them are the breadwinners of the family. So if they get sick, their family, is hurting. So you've always used that message to get them to come. Don't worry about you. But I mean, if you don't worry about yourself, worry about your family, right?
That's right. Because what we try to do is to educate, because the majority of the men, especially the African-American men and Latino, right, what we focus on, we try to educate ourselves, we try to look after ourselves, and we try to focus more on trying to help our family. We try to say, okay, it's very important for me to be there for them, for me to make sure there's bread on the table, make sure there is where they can shelter their head at nighttime. But then we forget about ourselves. And that is where we're trying to educate them. That it's very important for you to take care of yourself so that in turn you'll be able to take care of your family. Because without you, then who's going to be there for your family?
Right. Yeah. Now, and that's why next Saturday, it's like 17 years now that this Men's Health Summit has been going on. I know Frederica Williams has been here many times. I'm glad she finally sent 2 men to promote the thing, because she always comes herself. But anyways, yes. What can we expect next Saturday, my friend?
So we're expecting to focus on men, but especially on mental health, substance abuse. We're also looking into HIV, Hep C, Hep B, and then trying to get, and also focusing on the mental health services for men. So it's all about focusing on men, trying to take away the stigma of mental health, substance abuse. As you can see, there's a lot of substance abuse issues in Boston and in the whole country right now. So we're trying to make it to become less stigmatized so that people can actually come in and get services.
Now, Bob, you're also using this opportunity to honor 8 champions, right?
That's
You
right,
can
that's right.
champions, health champions. I actually got one of those in my office a couple years ago. But tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the purpose of this is a lot of the men them out there are a lot of them who is trying their best to educate men and also to work with the youth. That is very important. We have few of them, like some of them right now is what we call the Director of Nurturing Father. They teach men how to behave. They teach them once they get home, if there's chaos in the house, how to control yourself. They teaches them also, especially the re-entry program that we're working with, that is so important, which is Suffolk County of Correction. We teach them, everyone in general, how to really relax and meditate, how to accept life better and to deal with it better instead of going above and beyond and trying to be aggressive yourself, but you just calm down and say, okay, let's see what we can do to better things, you know. And in the other part that we do is we also, by encouraging them to take part in these services, we also encourage them to take part in physical services, and that is the gym that we have in Whittier Street Health Center.
I saw that, yeah.
Fitness club.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my father to hit the gym over there. He's in JP. I'm gonna keep reminding him. What's been the response from the community because for this event specifically?
The response has been great. Actually, it's been enormous. We have an extensive outreach team that goes out like everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see our flyers. We go to places like the Pine Street, St. Francis, all the parks around Boston. We go to Coolidge House, Brook House, wherever we can find men, we'll go out there. So the response has been enormous. And when you come out there on June 24th, you see a lot of men there.
Yeah, I also like the fact that there's a lot of good role models at this event. Yeah. Men from different backgrounds. I remember last year, the year before, you had Felix Arroyo, the Chief of Health and Human Services. Speaking of being a role model, you're a doctor. Give me a little background on your journey. Where are you from, and how did you get to Boston?
So originally from Nigeria, I came to Whittier Street back in 2006. So I came there as a doctoral student from Northeastern University, counseling psychology program. So came there with my professor. She told me, there's a site very close to the school, So looking at into internship, we call it like practicum 1 and 2, because we have to do like practicums for inpatient and outpatient. So I came there, I met Frederica, met other people. I saw Jane Brody, who was the director of behavioral health then, and I just fell in love with the place.
So they had you at hello.
Yes.
Bob, you've worn many hats over the years in the community, right? You got a whole closet full of hats, my friend. But give us a synopsis.
That's the way how I met you.
Yes, a synopsis, my friend.
Well, as you know, I started with, a matter of fact, with Western Union.
Yeah.
And then Raytheon, and most of all, the best part of it was when I was with City Hall.
Yeah.
The service and the people under Mayor Menino, that was a very good experience. And now I am using all of that experience and that knowledge, putting it into one basket and using it now for Whittier Street Health Center, that we are focusing now mainly in educating men and to try to bring men, and not only men, but men and women, to the table to focus and try to see what we can do to improve the health of all men and women in general.
Very good. Well, let's remind everybody that's next Saturday. I will see you probably there.
Definitely.
Again, thank you for coming by.
Thank you
and
so much.
say hi to Frederica.
Absolutely.
All right, don't move. Yes, because in just a few moments, Endicott College, the small seaside private college in Beverly, now expands to Boston in order to reach out to immigrant students. All the story and the details come up right here on Urban Update.